Call the meeting to order. Good evening and welcome to the March 3, 2014 meeting of the UHS District 6 Board. And thank you all for coming out in cold weather. I think we have a fairly straightforward agenda tonight, so we can't keep you out too late. And we'll start off with the clerk's report, as usual, and approval of the minutes from February 3rd, which was our last regular meeting.
I move approval of the minutes of February 3rd.
Second. Second by Sean. Okay. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections to February 3rd minutes? If not, all in favor of approving them as written, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? Abstain. Abstains. Is not there. Okay. Communications. I have two communications that I will pass around that we need to take action on. And the first one is addressed to Ron Staley. Dear Mr. Staley and members of the WSCSU School Board, I'm writing to request a 2-year leave of absence as per Article 28.7A for the 2014-15 and 2015-16 school years. I will be teaching at the American International School of Abuja, something like that, Nigeria. Thank you for your consideration of this application. Jean Nolan. Ingrid, is that you want to make any comments on
Yeah, we do support this request for a 2-year leave. We don't want to lose Jean. She's a traveler. She's a world traveler, and she and her husband, he's a teacher in the Whitingham School District, will be going for the 2 years. And if she comes back to us, which we hope she will, that would be great.
So, without having read Article 28.7A, I assume that's within the...
Yes, it is.
Within that article. Okay. All right. Is there a motion?
I move that we grant the 2-year leave of absence to Jean Nolan.
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? Okay, it's unanimous. And we have another letter here. This one says, to whom it may concern, I am writing to inform you that I will be resigning at the end of my contract, the 2013-14 school year, and will not be seeking a contract renewal for the following 2014-2015 school year. I have decided to pursue other employment opportunities and wanted to provide you with ample time to secure a replacement for my position as special educator at Brattleboro Area Middle School. Thank you. Sincerely, Ashley Burke.
She's moving to Maryland. She currently lives in Londonderry, New Hampshire, makes the trek to Brattleboro daily, except
Londonderry, New Hampshire.
Very bad weather.
Whoa. That is.
And I guess she doesn't feel she can make the trek to Maryland as easy.
There are limits, I suppose.
So she's been with us for this year.
Yeah. Okay, is there a motion?
And we accept the resignation of Ashley Burke with regret.
Second.
Second by Murray. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? Okay, seeing none. It's also... Okay, anything else for the clerk's report?
Actually, I think this falls under communication. I was in voting absentee today because I couldn't make it tomorrow. And it was brought to my, and I was wondering why the absentee, why the regular voting, both town meeting day and September, couldn't start earlier. in the day, if they were, because it's held at the high school, and I didn't know what the connection was. So,
Sure. That is the 8 a.m. is when our custodians come on duty. They usually come on duty at 7 a.m. But when we shifted the school day to a later start time, they come on duty at 8 o'clock. So that's when the lights get turned on, and that's actually when students are allowed into the building as well.
okay. And then on town meeting day, or on those election days, there's no, I mean, for instance, when visitors come in to use the school, say, pay for extra staff or those sorts of things.
And it hasn't been broached with us. If they wanted to do it earlier, we could arrange that.
Okay.
I think that's been 9 o'clock,
Even before the
before, it's
change,
always
yeah.
been 9 o'clock, and I think there's probably some other reason that the town wants it that way too, but I can't remember what that is. But it's been 9 o'clock ever since I can remember, since Ruth was old enough to vote.
Is that what it is in the other towns?
We used to
too?
vote, floor vote,
Yes, I know.
everything.
There's a
Oh, wait.
time they have to open by, and they have to stay open until, but then if towns choose to have an earlier start time or a later end time, that's up to the town. So I don't think it really has anything to do with the voting facility. I think it has to do with, I don't know if it's in
Right.
the town charter,
Yeah,
I don't recall,
I'm
but
pretty sure you're right on that, but it's,
I believe the state law says that the polls have to be open until 7 p.m. and they have to be open X number of hours. But I'm not sure what the number of hours is.
okay, anything else under communications? Clerk's report, okay. Recognition of groups and visitors, we see none tonight, so we'll move on to consent agenda. Is there a motion to consent agenda?
I move the consent agenda.
Second? Oh,
No, you did.
I got it?
You got it, Russ got the second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
We are in consent agenda. Well, there are no, everybody voted aye, so there are no abstentions or negatives. So we move to finance.
All right, Finance Committee met on Wednesday, February 7th at 7:30 a.m. and approved warrant numbers 1147, 1148, 1150, 1151, 1152, 1153, 1154, 1155, 1156, and 1157 in an amount of $470,325.02. And we met again on Wednesday, February 19th at 7:30 a.m. and approved warrant numbers 1158, 1160, 1161, 1162, 1163, 1164, 1166, and 1167 for a total of $212,301.48. And we also approved payrolls. Payroll of January 10th in the amount of $474,245.25, and January 24th in the amount of $471,473.64. What else did we do?
Well, just a couple of things. We discussed the building trades house in Wilson's Woods, which has been listed for probably 6 or 8 months now, and agreed that based on the recommendation of Michael and the realtor that we should probably drop the price a little bit, so we agreed to go with a new listing price of $194,900. And I understand that there's been some action at that level.
A little bit of interest.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, nothing serious yet, but And then the other thing, we planned for our next meeting, which by the way is this Wednesday, right, March 5th.
It is.
7:30, and there is I believe, information coming on a request for a PA system for the fields. And I think that's about it. Okay, planning and policy.
It's not met.
Okay, we should have some policies coming at us soon, I
Soon,
think.
so I think we'll probably be able to see tomorrow.
Yeah. How about teacher curriculum?
Has not met, but we're meeting 2 weeks from tonight at 6 o'clock in this room, so just before a regular board meeting.
Okay. BAMS committee.
Also has not met, but we'll be meeting 2 weeks from today at 7:30 in the morning in the BAM's conference room. We have upcoming meetings.
7:45?
7:45, excuse me, 7:45.
Okay. WRCC has not met. And other has not met, including the budget committee for the first time in I don't know how many meetings. You don't have to, the budget is quiet. Well, I'll just talk about that very briefly later on. But okay, is there anything else for consent?
Oh, it's not a consent agenda, so I'll wait.
Okay. Anything else for consent agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve consent agenda?
So moved.
Ruth,
Second.
and Ellen, okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? None? Consent agenda is approved. Can we move to administrative reports? And you ready, Ingrid?
Sure. I don't have too much. This Thursday evening is our annual exploratory open house. It's when our fine and performing arts programs, technical subjects, foreign language, art, I mentioned health, etc., present a program to parents and students. It's also our first meeting of inviting incoming 7th grade, so current 6th grade parents and students to attend. We typically get a very good turnout of 6th graders and their families to this event. That information was shared with the elementary schools prior to the break, and I know that they've sent it out. So that's Thursday evening at 5:15, and then at 7 o'clock the same night we have a music concert. We do provide both of these items in tandem. That was intentional, so that we might encourage some to stay as well for the concert. So that's Thursday. We are into the beginnings of hiring season. We have that new social studies position that has now been posted. The closing date on that is 2 days from now. As of today, we've received 67 applications for it. So the initial challenge is for me to review those 67 and recommend to the search team some reasonable number for them to evaluate. And I did that. I got it down to 18, but that's still a sizable number of applicants. Mike Collier, who's not here tonight, did agree to serve on that search team. So I'll be in touch with him about our interview dates, which are next week. We have that 2-year special ed position that you just approved of, Jean Nolan's position, and that has been posted as an anticipated job, and we're looking to bring somebody on board to do as fine a job as Jean has done for us. Jean has been with us for 8 years. Now, I hired her 8 years ago, and she had just come from Brazil. She had been in Brazil for 6 or 7 years at that point. And we have a math position. There's a teacher currently holding a 1-year position, and that position has now been posted. The closing date for that is not until March 18th, so we still have 2 more weeks. We've had about 9, we've had 9 applicants so far. It just got posted. And I'll be asking members of the BAMS committee or someone else who might be available see if we can't get someone to sit with us on that too. That's what we have at the moment. Things are gearing up. I typically get asked this time of year, are things winding down? And I know it's not an educator asking me that question. Quite the contrary. This is when things really ramp up between now and into the year. So,
Thank you. Mr. Farron?
Thank you. A lot going on, especially in our music department. The band, chorus, jazz band, and madrigals are gearing up for a trip to Washington, D.C. on March 22nd. There's 110 students traveling with 11 adults for a 4-day, 3-night trip, including performances that are judged by collegiate judges at the Heritage Music Festival in Washington. They're very excited. The last time we were in Washington was for an inauguration, so it's kind of nice to go back again. Steve Rice and Patty Meyer have done an incredible job organizing the trip and getting us ready for that. The musical was a great success, sparsely attended, mostly due to weather. You may recall we had to cancel one of the performances and move a matinee to another day. The people that were there thought it was very well done, and as always, Mitch Davis, Bob Kramsky, Steve Rice, and the band and actors do a great job on that. We also had 11 VUHS students accepted in the All-State Ensemble. They auditioned for that in January, and so they'll be going to the All-State Festival in May in St. Johnsbury to represent VUHS at the state level. So it's good to have that. Again, I can't say enough about what Steve and Patty do to make sure we have one of the best music programs in New England. Along with that, the All-District Band Night is March 11th with a 6 p.m. concert in the gym. That includes elementary, middle, and high school bands from throughout the WSESU will compete. If you've never been to that, it's wonderful to see so many students so excited about music. It's a lot of fun. So, we're having parent conferences next Thursday, March 13th, so we'll be doing an early release at 12:30, and parent conferences will be from 3 to 7, as they have been in years past. As always, we continue to look for ways to improve parent conferences. We've tried various things. Once again, after we finish this, we'll get some feedback and see what we can do differently. Scheduling is progressing for us. We're in the process of visiting all of our sending schools. Administrators from BAMS, Dummerston and Putney have been very welcoming, and had our counselors down there to visit with the 8th graders and try to explore new options that we have for next year. One of those options is the joint STEM and Fine Arts Academy that we're launching next year. And in a future board meeting, I'd like to talk more about that so the board's aware of what that involves and what that entails. The response to that has been phenomenal. We had a parent meeting 2 weeks ago for parents to come and talk to their counselors in the evening about the scheduling process. And one of the big questions they had was concerned the academies. How do students apply for it? How do they get in? Get the courses? And so we're pretty excited about that. The high school is in the hiring process as well. Not nearly as frenetic as last year's was. Right now we have 2 openings for next year. We're looking for a Spanish teacher. We've had 14 applicants so far, and we're also looking for a school nurse for VUHS, BAMS, and WRCC. And for that position, which just got posted today, we've had 2 applicants. And I'll be asking board members for their service on those committees as we get closer. We're anticipating interviewing for the Spanish position probably at the end of March, early April, and the same thing for the nursing position. And of course, winter sports is wrapped up with a tough loss to Burlington on Saturday afternoon. But the buzz is already in the building. Lacrosse sticks have already come out. Tennis rackets are already walking around the hallways with students attached to them, so we're getting ready for spring sports, so we're pretty excited. Last, I'd like to pass out the latest issue of the Brattleboro Beacon. It's really great to have this reinvented school newspaper. I will not take any credit for the article that says Principal Perrin unveils plans for sports megaplex. So when you read that, it's more than just a PA system. It's a great bit of reading, though. They've done a great job and great pictures, and so enjoy that as well. That's it.
Thank you. Michael?
Thanks. So March just isn't for college basketball playoffs and shamrocks. Here at WRCC, we'll be in full swing this month for our sending school tours. Our student ambassadors and Ann Doran will be showing the Career Center programs in the next couple of weeks to Twin Valley, Bella Falls, and Hinsdale and sophomores. These students have also helped Ann Doran go to the sending schools and talk very positively about their Career Center programs. I'm very proud of all these students. The WRCC Future Business Leaders of America, FBLA, led by our business teachers Barb Vinci and Mary Beth Cornell, will be attending their spring leadership conference next week in Burlington for 2.5 days. 25 FBLA students will be attending and have been preparing for this conference over the last week, completing 113 online tests. These tests include many aspects of the business world, and this saves a lot of the time when they're at competition in Burlington. They found to complete them online. They will attempt to repeat their outstanding chapter performance from 1 year ago that allowed them to be ranked #1 in the entire state of Vermont. So good luck to all of those students next week. I'm very proud of the hard work and dedication of these students put forth in representing WRCC in their sending schools and DUHS. It's pretty incredible. I'm planning on attending the award ceremony, and it's very neat to watch these students represent us. That's it.
Good stuff. Okay, Ron is not here tonight. He's at Vernon. Does have one item that we will handle in executive session. Student council represented. So I think that takes care of administrative report from the board chair, and I will just briefly say a final wrap-up and thank you to all of you for your involvement with the budget. It's been pretty intense over the last few months. The results, I think it was a great meeting. It proved that we had done our homework. It proved that the administration had done their work ahead of time in a great manner, and I was thrilled that we got the support that we got. Not that I didn't expect it, but it's a good job under the circumstances, and probably not going to get any easier next year, but keep forging ahead. So I thank you all for that. I did mention we'll be having an quick executive session after the meeting. Just one other item. Steve, you think it would be, or is it too early for a board education, which we should get back into now, to have a talk about the academies at the second March meeting? At least bring us up to speed. It's pretty exciting stuff, and I think it'd be great to the folks at home to be able to hear what we're doing. So if that's doable, that would be our board education for the second meeting of the month. Okay. Is there any unfinished business? Any new business? Did you have
I
something?
have a request regarding the schedule. I won't be here in 2 Mondays, so I don't know how much flexibility we have with respect to changing the meeting.
I won't be either.
Well, if it matters, I think I'll be in Guilford that evening presenting to the Guilford board April 7th.
Oh.
Yeah, but my reason. April 7th, I've been asked to present at the Guilford board meeting.
Oh, okay, that's a different, okay. Well, it's sometimes a challenge. We try to move around, we end up hitting on something. The following Monday, I'm away. We generally have tried to stick with the Mondays. It's St. Patrick's Day. Ruth?
A lot of us have other organizations that we have to, we have to figure out to be at other meetings on other nights.
Well, that's my case on the 24th. Well, unless there's a real defection of members here for that night, I think we probably will need to go ahead and have it. 'Cause no matter what you do, we're probably next week would be, it's only a week away. There's not going to be anything really to report. I hate to skip yet another meeting, which we did the second meeting in February rather. We only did one, so I think we'll go with the 17th. So I'm sorry you won't be able to join us.
So maybe hold off on the Board of Education until the following meeting? 'Cause I would be very much interested in having some education surrounding the STEM and fine arts, performing and fine arts academies.
I guess that's, this whole board education thing has been my kind of thing, and we just kind of always thought about doing it on the second meeting of the month. There's no, that didn't come down from the mountain with Moses, that rule. So would that be better for you too as well? It gives you an extra
It's fine.
couple
That
weeks.
works.
Okay. How about if we do it that way then?
So that would be April 7th?
Yeah.
But we'll still be meeting on
Still the meeting 17th,
Right,
we'll do the
right.
board education around the
Right.
academy on the 7th.
All right.
The other presentation that we delayed a couple of times is Bill Jan to talk about his work
Oh, that's right.
as a family interventionist, so I'd like to make sure we...
Well, how about this, since we don't have a lot of other major time-consuming topics, maybe he would be available to the 17th? Yeah. No law that we can't be educated twice in a month, right?
True.
Ruth?
And then looking ahead, is the third Monday in April, is that school vacation week again?
It is.
So we probably...
No.
It isn't?
It's,
Second,
it's the week after,
the 14th through the 18th.
right.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to tell us about the first budget meeting on November 5th or something like that.
Well,
Looking ahead.
no, but I think it's probably the first Monday in May.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, that sounds like a plan. All right, is there anything else under new business? Okay, if not, I would accept the motion to go into executive session for a personnel matter.
I move we go into executive session for personnel matter.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye. You better
Okay.
speak up there, girl.
I know, I'm too quiet.
Okay, we will be